Puddy's Podcast, WATP.
The show hosted by Henry and Jackie Zebrowski, who are twin siblings. And I thought that was like part of the shtick, but I think that's actually real.
They're twin in body shape. They're definitely not in face or hair color.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways to be twins.
Yeah.
But that's...
Are there? Okay.
It's a brother and sister. And
low center of gravity is what I'm saying.
I hear you. If you don't know who Henry Zebrowski is, he's been featured on this show before. He is an American actor, podcast host, and comedian, known for his work on the Adult Swim series Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
Going to Hell.
The NBC series Heroes Reborn, and the podcast, The Last Podcast on the Left. And if you remember, The Last Podcast on the Left is a show that fired Ben Kissel because of allegations of domestic violence and emotional abuse. So they're like, get out of here. Got to go. And I hate when shows do that because a lot of these times these guys get accused by someone who's upset with them at the time, and then they lose their entire careers. Justin Roiland. And you go, oh, that sucks. That was a thing that I liked. And now they can't do that anymore.
It was all happening around the same time, too, like 2019 going into the pandemic, where I remember Ben got let go. What was there? Something Screen Rants that had to fire somebody pretty famously from their company. Justin Roiland's thing happened. And then the silent ones that you haven't seen much more publicly, like the creator of Buffy. Joss Whedon had something, and now Neil Gaiman's got something. It just seems to be the thing that happens in Hollywood. If you're not a pedo, you're beating up somebody.
Well, it doesn't help that Gavin Newsom's like, hey, everybody stay in your house with your partner forever. Let's see what happens. Like, oh, we're going to get each other's nerves. This is the problem.
Immediately.
Yes. You didn't know that was going to happen? Come on.
Well, you stay in your apartment. I'm going to a fancy party at a French restaurant up near wine country, and because I'm allowed to do that.
Of course, a very important fancy dinner because of someone's birthday. You know how important those things are.
Yeah.
So let me explain the origin of the show, and then we'll get right into it. Apparently, there was an episode a while back where Henry mentioned he had a really good banana pudding at a restaurant. This is according to what somebody posted in their subreddit, the Last Podcast on the Left subreddit. So this is like a spin-off from Last Podcast on the Left. So he talked about this really good banana pudding, which led to a rant about pudding and how he should host a show called Good PUD, where he reviews pudding. And then it turned into Good PUD. I don't even know how to pronounce this stupid
Pud,
thing.
like short
Good
for
Pud.
pudding.
Yeah, Pud. Good PUD with his sister, Jackie. And Jackie was the head manager at a bakery that she was going to take over and run. And then her brother's like, hey, I know, you're really funny. Why don't you do this podcast thing with me? Thanks a lot for that. I have a feeling she's probably a better baker than she is comic. But let's get right into it. Let's show some clips, see what we're talking about with this show that's all about pudding and how hilarious that can be. This is how the most recent episode started off.
Oh, shit. Get your puds up.
Oh, shit.
Get your motherfucking puds up.
Get them puds up in the goddamn chat, y'all.
Get them puds.
Get them puds
Gotta feel the
up
buds,
in
gotta
the
be buds, gotta be
goddamn
buds,
chat,
gotta
y'all.
buds, gotta eat in my
Don't be fucking stupid. Put the put up in the chat. And if you don't, I'm coming to your house. I'm going to put my balls on your stove to ruin dinner. I'm ruin dinner just like we're going to ruin our dinner.
Put it in your butt, put it in your butt. I need a flute.
So he's going to, if you don't put something up in the chat, he's going to come to your house. He's going to put his balls on your stove to ruin dinner. I bet he didn't write that down ahead of time. I bet that's right off the dome.
These guys are obviously masters of the art of improv.
Yes, very much so. So this very much is not, I'm not surprised this guy used to work for Adult Swim. It reminds me very much of like Tim and Erik.
This is one of those little interstitial bits that they make when an episode was too short, so they had to put something else on for a couple minutes to get it to the top of the hour, that they thought we should just keep going. So instead of doing the yes and, it's never stop moving or saying something. It will all be gold until we hit the 1 hour mark.
Yes and Infinity is the name of my new documentary series about horrible improv shows. All right, let me just play this because, you know, you heard him talk about a flute, so that leads to these hilarious flute jokes. I mean, the improv here is just masterful.
I can make my own flute.
Nobody wants you to have
Be your own kind of flute.
Honestly, Jackie,
Yeah.
weirdly enough, I think your head's too small to play the flute.
Why?
I think that you need a larger head. I think that your lips are too thin.
Do you think I'll get sucked into the flute?
They ain't flute lips.
I think they're perfect for fluting.
Aurora Floyd says Henry Francais.
So there's a lot of like quick zoom ins and zoom outs. They're trying to create chaos. Even the background's moving around a lot. And it's almost this thing. It's like, look at how unfunny we are. Isn't that funny? Isn't it amazing how unfunny we can be about like I'm going to get sucked into the flute because of my lips, right?
The whole concept is like, let's act like we're really tripping out, like we're on mushrooms or something, and let's just pretend we're doing that. It would be funnier if they actually just took the mushrooms and turned the camera on, and whatever happened would have been better than what they're trying to.
What if I took the mushrooms? That would be better as well.
That too.
I did take mushrooms in Detroit and watched some Sid and Marty Krofft shows, and this is edited the exact same fucking way.
You're right.
Yeah.
It actually is going back to, because I was thinking like Tom Green and how that kind of led to this style, but you're right. This goes back to the 70s.
Yeah.
Where it was just like trippy for the sake of being trippy.
Oh, and it's all nonsense.
Even for 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
But they didn't care. Like, well, we're tripping, so it doesn't matter. But it's also this thing where it's like irreverent for the point of being irreverent. You know, like, wow, isn't this weird that we don't say anything or do anything? And it's something that we discovered when we did Tim Hedeker's podcast. And we got a lot of people reaching out who are fans of Tim. And the problem is, it's like, those guys can make good skits and they can be silly or whatever, and it can be entertaining. When you mix improv with that style, it just becomes embarrassingly bad.
It's also a very LA thing. I mean, there's improv in New York and Chicago, but they don't get the type of attention online and the reach that the LA improv people seem to get just because they're in LA. Like a lot of podcasts are famous because they're just in LA.
Yeah, they
not
know
because they're
people.
actually good.
Yes.
When people come from, and this isn't even like Groundlings style improv. This is the people who couldn't get into the Groundlings style improv that just put weird shit up online, and because they're in LA, somebody boosts it once for them. Now it's on people's algorithms, and they're like, "Oh, see how great this is! It's everywhere. Everyone's watching it." So it's got 6,000 views. It's not doing that well,
right?
It's
yeah,
not what you think it is.
This show is not doing that well, despite the star power they have behind it. Last Podcast on the Left is a big channel. It's up on their channel, so it's getting pushed out to a lot of people. And one of the bits they do, one of the recurring bits they do, because they're into pudding, they don't like yogurt. Wow, it gets wild. If somebody brings up they like yogurt, they lose their minds about it.
This is clothing.
I'm an influencer, and I need everybody to know it. I'm even influencing my brother moment by moment.
Wait a second. El Condor Pasa 69 says yogurt is good. Fuck yogurt.
You, El Condor Pasa. I love you, dude, but not today, babe.
Oh,
not today, babe.
Fucking show. You go
fucking goat out of here. Get the goat out of here.
Oh, I like gunk. I like eating gunk.
Yeah.
Might as well say I like eating shit.
Oh, does it spew out of a sheep's little fucking pussy?
I don't think so.
These two fuck, right?
I hope not. I would not want to see what that looks like.
It just seems like this is the only explanation to why they're acting like this.
Well, you have to understand, it's not funny if you just go, we don't like yogurt. You got to get like extra fired up about it. Be like, wow, bringing up yogurt drives us bonkers.
I know.
We can't contain ourselves. And then they do contain themselves.
Look, there's only one instance of good pudding humor, and that's the $240 worth of pudding sketch from the state. Outside of that, no one can top anything with pudding humor.
Pudding joke should have ended with that one.
In 94, yes.
All right, well, there's a callback here because for whatever reason, we're talking about Henry's legs, and this is just nonsensical, moronic shit.
Mime life really has some legs, and I think they're right down there.
Yeah, I have legs.
Show them off, Henry. Show them off, Henry. Oh, not the knees, Henry. You know what happens when you show the knees, Henry. Oh no. What if that's where he keeps his yogurt? You better not.
I don't have yogurt, Jackie. How fucking dare you? All right. Well, we're getting off topic.
Okay,
they are fucking.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, all right. I'm convinced now. These two are definitely fucking. That's really gross.
They do make mentions, and maybe it's in one of your clips, but I told you before the show, and we didn't say it on here. It's hard to figure out clips to edit for this show because it's the drop the needle theory.
Yeah, it's all just nonsense all the way through.
We've done other improv stuff, and you could find little segments and pull it and say, look, this is why this didn't work. This is why it's terrible. Here, there's no start and end. There's no way to pull something to even give it any kind of context. It's never stopped Robin Williams train of consciousness kind of nonsense.
Yeah, it's not going to grow on you once you discover the lore. You're like, oh, so they don't like yogurt. Okay, all right, now I'm getting it.
Right, you're seeing a theme, a story being told. No, they're just whatever comes into their head comes, diarrheaing out their mouth. But they do mention a lot ancestral relationships, and it's not just this episode. I went to another episode, and that comment, that joke, constantly comes up in their content together. They fuck.
Jenny asks, Jenny Gerblack asks, is this a podcast or a YouTube stream? Well, funny you ask, because I was looking at the comments underneath this episode of the one that we're watching right now. And listen to what people are saying under the comments. Every podcast, whether on YouTube or my podcast app, is 30 to 90 minutes of pure, unblemished joy for my soul, thanks to the Zebrowski twins.
They're paying for engagement.
Here's another one. So I haven't seen anything outside of the last podcast on the left and a couple of side stories. After seeing this, Jackie is my new favorite person. I got to experience coffee coming out of my nose thanks to this episode. Somebody writes. Someone else says, as long as I have Good PUD in my life, nothing else matters. Someone else says, wait, I thought we were only getting the Pudcast now. Yay! And then this person goes, be your own kind of flute, Zebrowski, Hive Mind 2024. People are into it. You think that they're buying these comments underneath
They're buying it, or these are their friends from other improv groups that aren't doing anything either. And like, look, if you put a bunch of comments for us, we'll put a bunch of comments on your channel. It's like a trade-off, an exchange, if you will. Because none of those comments even seem like bot comments. You can tell bot
they're
comment
not bot
on
comments.
Things.
No,
these are people faking enthusiasm about this product and doing it willingly.
Eric, I think there's people who think this is funny because there's people who are humorless, who don't understand how jokes work, and they just see they're making faces and it's zooming in, there's noises and sound effects. Like, this is really entertaining. Like, anyone could do this. Let me tell you something, guys. Anyone, I mean, you have to embarrass yourself and not be able to talk to your friends or family anymore, but you could do this if you wanted to. This is not difficult. It's all nonsense all the time. Let's go back to the very first episode. See what they were up to when they first launched this hunk of shit.
Get up, you motherfuckers!
Who is ready to pud? Who's ready to pud? Yes, I've just been singing, this is what puds are made of.
Which actually, no, that was done by the famous pudding artist Hillary Pud.
Well, I think, how dare you?
Well, welcome to Good PUD. Before we start, I see some puds in chat.
Oh, I see puds in chat.
What's up, everybody? Puds in chat, living large.
Put your puds up. Put your puds up.
Speaking of large, I do want to talk about, have you seen this thing?
Are you pointing at me? You just said, speaking of large.
No, just in general. I'm just
pointing. He
pointing.
pointed at me. Did everybody see it?
You are quite large, Jackie. We'll get into that. I have some other videos where you can see more than just the cleavage up.
I was gonna say, even the cleavage isn't helping this.
You can tell.
Like, you're looking at it real quick and you go, yeah, the content is just too terrible for me to even enjoy that.
Also, remember when you have to wear silly clothing, like, let's make this even funnier. I have a Pizza Hut hat and then nuts. Like, yeah, wow. It's crazy.
I'm innocent. Puts in the chat. They're making new mattresses for big people.
And I also, next up, and there should.
See how long it takes the wheels to turn in this dummy's head to figure out where to go with that? This is the first thing that happened in the first episode. So he goes, they're making mattresses for big people. Watch this woman's reaction again. She is so slow on the draw.
People.
And I also, next up, and there should be airplanes for big people as well.
Yep.
But they are the airplane.
They are, and we all ride on the back of them. This is not a good way to start.
Wherever you.
Okay, one, look at what's hanging under her right arm there. If you can move it back like half the frame. No. Two, it went from improv. That gap was real life realization hitting.
Yeah.
And she goes, because she just faked outrage that he made a big person comment and pointed at her. Now he's like, they're making mattresses for big people. And she's like, wait, I need a mattress I'm a big person.
Yeah. She goes, oh, thank God, it's about time. What about airplanes?
These California king beds are just not doing it for me.
That's funny.
Yeah, look at that.
It's not great.
It looks like the old Bugs Bunny cartoon when he doesn't have a muscle, it just makes a U. Like he's just hitting there and batting it around a little bit.
Yeah, it's like what Stuttering John flexes. I know. And the fact that they go, what about an airplane for a big person? And they go, what if the big person is the airplane? Brilliant. Yeah. Why even write stuff down? That's great. You guys are nailing this one. All right, let's find out the actual basic premise of this show, because they do talk about it in this first episode. And we'll learn what they're up to, what the goal is.
We're against Hollywood, but
And you're either for us or you're against us.
and if you're not for us, you might as well be fucking dead. You might as well be a corpse as far as I'm concerned. All right, but not only sure, Hollywood has shunned us in many ways, but we're trying to get back in. And a part of that is angling our presence, bringing something to the scene that other peoples cannot do. And what can we do? We can bring pudding content to the internet, and then therefore to Hollywood around the back, because it's the one food that I have yet to see fully criminalized. What's going on? Puts in the chat.
I think that we could totally get Hollywood changed to Hollypud by the end of the year.
Great stuff.
So they're taking Eric Andre's legalized ranch nonsense and saying, "Oh, this is the one thing that hasn't that needs to be criminalized or hasn't been criminalized or something like that." It's just
we're not
his
stealing
concept.
it. We're talking about pudding.
Yeah,
not ranch. That's a dressing.
Yeah.
Pudding's a
totally
dessert.
different.
It's totally different. Come on, guys. Obviously,
they got to be rich kids.
Yes,
they have to be rich kids or pretty well off, because they seem like they're maybe Valley kids or something. They're LA, somewhere LA area here. And they're saying, we're trying to get into Hollywood or back into Hollywood. Well, Henry had some ties into Hollywood. Like he was doing appearances in other things. And
this is a joke, though.
Yeah. But really I think they're masking this awful humor and revealing a lot of actual facts about their life.
It's very possible. It's very, very possible, because, I don't think Adult Swim's calling these days. All right, well, let me play this clip, because obviously we're talking about pudding. Do they ever eat pudding? The answer is yes.
She looks it.
Oh, yeah. It's non-stop pudding eating. So they have different puddings they're going to try, and they're blindfolded. They don't know which pudding's in which, and they try some, and some are good. And then there's this Caesar salad flavored pudding. And this leads to hilarity, everybody. She's trying it right now.
Try it with the crouton. That's good. That's good pud.
This is before they knew they should be yelling nonstop and always making noises. They're actually slowing down and doing something.
We can't have any dead air.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead air in this clip. I just want to point that out.
Dead air.
Things were different 10 episodes ago.
Come on. Come on, you like it. It's good with the crouton. That's good. You don't like it? Why don't you like it?
It was so much of it. There was so much of it on the spoon.
Wally 0237 is saying, like,
the back of my throat.
The person who gifted 10 subs just like, what is the show? Really funny. Good bud. You don't like that?
Like it.
Jackie!
Henry, it's like eating even thicker. It's like gravy Caesar salad dressing. So it's really, really thick. It's inside. It's coated the whole entire inside of my mouth. It globbed down.
Yeah, right. You know what else had that consistency is pudding. You don't understand. It's pudding. The consistency.
You can also isolate that and use that out of context.
That's true.
It's like it's just glazing the inside of my mouth.
You're not eating it right.
How do I eat it?
Use your teeth.
There was just so much on it. I don't know. I can't believe, Henry, you ate half of a cup of this Caesar salad. Don't eat anymore. Henry Zebrowski, don't you? Oh, come on. Oh, my God.
I actively like it.
So that's one of the gimmicks they do is they eat food that's gross. Let me read you some of the comments.
Well, before you do that, the other gimmick they do, at least in this early episode, is they have to punch the joke every time, like what radio used to do when the radio jocks would hit a punchline. They'd hit the sweeper to go to break. Other podcasts, they just hit a sound effect all the time to emphasize, I just made a comment that means something. That's what was happening here. Exactly. You're getting that kind of thing. Whenever there's a too long of a pause or where she makes a weird face, hit the quick intro and outro real quick and ADD style
get a sounder in there.
Programming. Yeah.
Birdie 566 says, I'm glad I'm not the only one who becomes a feral person when they hang out with their brother. I never thought they looked related until now. The mannerisms and vocals are identical. Love this. Here's another one. I can't believe the Zebrowskis got me to watch over an hour of pudding content. Laugh my ass off. Legends.
Fuck you!
You know what I'm realizing as I'm reading these comments? We were talking about it must be their friends, not real people. It's women. It's women who watch this. Like, this is wild.
It's all the ones that lost the election and this is their escape.
They're trying to feel better about their arms.
Right.
Well, so you just saw how she was able to improv when she had the Caesar salad pudding. Well, I found a video from 4 years ago. She was on the AV Club, and she used to be on this other podcast. Doesn't matter. And so she's on there as a guest, and they are drinking Malort. So they're doing this thing where they're showing pictures of famous cats. And if you can't name the cat, you have to do a shot of Malort, which I believe I did when we did our live show in Chicago, right?
Yes.
Didn't someone make me drink that during the show? Not make me. I was like, fine. Didn't take a lot of
Give me that.
Didn't take a lot of arm twisting. Pass that one to Chris. No, I will not. This one's mine too. So this is, again, she comes up with things. She's so witty. I'm really glad she's not a baker anymore because we really need this comedy in our lives.
All right, guys, it's my first Malort. I might throw up. And
maybe she's lost some weight. I don't know.
I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
Oh, she's got the biggest bones. Wow. And everyone around her is the smallest bones. So there you go.
They should just do product placement on her.
Let's hope I don't.
You didn't finish.
Oh my god, it's so spicy! Oh, it tastes like pickles, but without the pickle. Oh, why does it burn? Oh, why does it burn? Why does
Because high concentration of alcohol would be the answer to that.
it burn like this? What does that taste?
What are the notes? What other notes you?
It's unusual botanicals.
Yeah,
It's unusual potato.
it's a flower.
You know what it is? It feels like after you've thrown up and it's like the leftover bile that's in your mouth, and it also feels like bile in your mouth. As someone that has, I get agita a lot, I feel like that's what it is.
You also give agita a lot.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
She's giving it to me.
She gonna come up with something funny to say about this? Or?
It's agita.
I'm distracted by her specialty made gold sneakers that had to be custom fit to her size. It's
You think
almost
they
like
actually
orthopedics.
built those around her foot?
They're made of concrete.
I wish. Let's go swimming.
Do you feel seen?
Oh my
Because
god.
it tastes like your
I
agita?
do. How does everyone feel? With this is gonna be, now you'll all see what I go through when I say I got agita. People go, oh, what does that mean? What's that word? Sounds cultural. And you know what it is. Because I eat greasy meats.
Shocking.
You know how you're always saying not to sit on a couch during your
Yes.
podcast? She looks like she is, and they're in chairs.
They're not sitting on a couch. You're right. It's not good.
Can you stop slouching? It has one of those posture backs.
Yeah, right.
That you can't move. And she still found a way.
Eric, a cat just came up on the screen, which is going to be the next one they have to guess. Can you tell us the answer to that one?
It's ruining a Simpsons reference already.
Can you tell us the answer to this one? What cat that is? What the name of that cat is?
Snowball 2.
Very good. None of them got it. I was kind of disappointed. So then she misses another one later and has to do another shot. Now, you heard her hilarious comedy the first time. Let's see if she comes up with different things the next time she drinks a shot.
Well, I've got a little bit of Malort left.
Yeah.
So I'll finish him. I have enough. I got half a shot here. I did half.
And
the
I feel
first
like
time.
the second one is going to have a different mouthfeel, so let's hear the description.
I'm excited.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you finished it. Look at you.
See, the thing is, I feel like you're not making mention of the pickles. I feel pickles without pickles.
I didn't get pickle.
Did you say that the first time? It's like a
Pickles
without the
without pickles isn't terrible. Like, you don't sit there and drink a whole jar of brine, but if you accidentally drink a tiny bit of brine, or like at the bar, pickleback shots, it's perfectly fine. It's not disgusting.
True. It's delicious.
It is.
But she used the same thing. She's like, guys, it's like pickles without the pickles. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Good stuff. Thanks.
She's reading. They forgot to change the cue cards off the side, so she doesn't know how to improv at this point.
All right.
She's the large friend in every theater group.
Yep.
That's out there that can't get past their glory days of college, that they still get together. And because she's the wild and crazy one. We never know what Karen's going to say.
Is she talented? No, but she's loud.
She's loud. She dresses all outrageous. She has rainbow tutus, and she cries all the time.
All right, let's get back to the most recent episode, because there's another segment. They actually go in and start reading the news. And so you're like, okay, good. We can get like a news story, maybe riff on that, make that funny.
But Jaden Smith, right, he came out and he admitted is that while we all thought he was being weird, as a matter of fact, he was just trying to fit in.
He was just trying to fit in, and I think that's
so brave. That's
misunderstood. Misunderstood icon.
In my mind, this is how I view. It's like, remember that guy that did all the friendly fire? He killed all the guys in the Gulf of Mexico, in the Gulf War. He was the football player, but then Trump pardoned his ghost.
Travis Kelce?
That guy. He's a hero.
Oh.
He's very brave. You know who else is super brave?
Is that like a Bay of Pigs
That
thing?
man wearing that boar's head on January 6th.
She knows pigs.
Very brave.
But you can't be eating the boar's head because everybody's getting E. coli.
And listeria. And guess what? I'm having listeria hysteria. What up? What up? Give me that shiny roast beef. But Jaden Smith is the single bravest person since Joe Biden quitting.
Chris, if you ever made that noise on my show, you'd be so fired so fast.
I would see myself out.
Now, what if Cardiff made that noise? Is that okay?
If Cardiff did, it's fine.
Okay.
If E-Rock did it, it'd be fine. That'd be funny. Especially if we bounced around a little bit.
Yeah, there was another thing that we missed. Another physical attribute of hers. She's wearing that denim jacket, but she's got like that fishnet tube top kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
She moved away from the table on the wide shot a little bit further back, and she flipped the jacket like this and realized her belly was front and center. And then you see her kind of lean this way to be behind the table.
Oh, yeah. Smart move.
Yeah. See, right there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh,
she's like, oh shit, my belly's on camera. And then you just see her angle this way very awkwardly to hide it behind the table.
See,
She's
I knew
well
Erik would pick
aware.
up on these things. I had a feeling he would notice something like that.
And he says words weird too. Like he said weird, like we say weird. He went woo like a baby.
Yes.
Who's trying to say a word. He does that throughout these episodes. I don't know if it's intentional or if it's just some sort of speech pattern thing he's got. But once in a while he drops the word and you go, what the fuck is where did
he
that
thinks
come
it's
from?
funny. It's very much Opie-esque. It's like if you just say the words, you say them wacky, and now it's comedy.
Oh, you don't know.
That's funny you bring up Opie, because in this very episode, what's his name? Henry?
Henry, yeah.
Henry. Someone asked him what's up with the costumes, and he's like, I'm not wearing a costume. And immediately thought of Opie.
Oh, remember that?
That's also funny, right?
Remember that bit when they both
yeah.
had wigs on? Like, what wigs? Huh, guys? Good stuff. All right. They're talking about the election coming up. And then their agent calls in. So now we have a third person on here to improv along with the troupe.
To make our announcement. And the person that we are going to choose to vote together in the same...
Wait, did you hear something?
The phone's ringing, I think.
Is that a phone ring?
Is the phone ring?
Whoa.
Oh my God, it's our agent.
Oh no, okay.
It's our agent.
Oh God,
what's up?
How
I need to talk to I need to talk to the twins right now.
We're here.
What do you need? What do you need from us?
Do you not recognize us?
We're still not twins, but it's fine.
Hey. You guys didn't endorse anybody, did you?
No, absolutely not. No, we were waiting.
We never would.
We were waiting to the very last possible
Don't worry
minute.
about it.
Thank Christ I talked to you. I think I got in touch with I got the numbers. I got these numbers in, and they They don't want you to. The numbers say that the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't want you to endorse. They want to be able to project their value to you.
Yeah.
You understand what that means?
Numbers don't lie. Yeah,
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
You know what all lies are? You know what all lies are? Words.
Yeah, and I don't trust the word.
I mean, they bring in another guy who can't improv at all. They say, hey, well, you know what? I got this thing.
And that part's not even improv. It's scripted for a direction on his part specifically.
Correct.
And he
it
still
shouldn't be
was
that hard.
fucking
Right.
it up. Yeah.
It shouldn't be that difficult. Don't endorse anyone because I got you this gig. And then the gig turns out to be going to Corey Feldman's Halloween party because Pete Rose passed away and now there's an open spot. And so that's hilarious because you got to work in all the references that the kids are into these days.
You want to know another thing about lies?
What's that?
Sorry, I didn't know you were going to hit play.
No, it's okay.
Another thing about lies? They make baby Jesus cry.
Oh, God, it's so bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good, because the numbers don't lie. The people want to see you play musical instruments. Do you understand? If you have any flutes, clarinets, if you have any harpsichords, you got to bring this to Corey Feldman's last Halloween party. I don't.
Can we not? Can we actually? Can we pin the flutes? Can we pin this? Can we circle back to flutes?
It's an instrument when you got tulips on top of your head.
I'm sorry, guys. I just want to apologize on behalf of Who Are These Podcasts for subjecting everyone to that just now. I mean, the guy brought up the flute and she just lost her mind. She's like, I was talking about a flute earlier in the show. So now I'm going to go nuts with that. And everyone's going to think it's the funniest thing they've ever seen. We just lost E-Rock. Oh, no. E-Rock's like, I can't be a part of this anymore.
I'm also leaving.
Oh, no. Everyone's abandoning me.
I hate her so
guys.
much, Carl.
I'm so sorry I did this to you.
Who are these podcasts?